Good morning, students. This is JC Benoy, your SST teacher. Hope you are all doing well and are taking care of yourselves. I still can see from the attendance that I'm taking that many of you all are not attending the classes on a daily basis. Please make it a point to attend the videos, to see the videos and note down your doubts. In case there are any doubts, do get in touch with me because otherwise it will become too hectic for you during the first unit test exams which will soon be conducted. Now today this video is about the exercises that we have and we are going to start with chapter 1. The name of the chapter is when, where and how. So what are we going to do today? We're going to write the exercises. Alright, so no notes. So for this today I want you to first open up your 200 pages for your SST CW. On the first index page, please write the name, and in the index, in the serial number, write the number 1, the number of the lesson, that is history chapter 1, when, where and how. Please put the date, that is today's date, 24th June 20. So 24/6/20. This has to be in the date column of your index. And then write the name of your lesson, when, where and how. Okay, I hope you will have been able to do that. As soon as you do that, take the time to write the name of the lesson neatly. Please write it in cursive writing like we used to do it in school. Please make it a point to follow all those rules and regulations that we followed in school. Alright, now I hope you all have written the name of the lesson in the index. Now turn the page. This must be the beginning of your notebook. So initially I want you to write the heading. So how do we do that? On the red line, draw one line. Okay. On the next line, write chapter 1 history. Alright. What are you going to write? You're going to write history chapter 1 when, where and how. Alright. So this is the heading of your lesson. History chapter 1 when, where and how. Please write it in capital. So the WHEN, you're going to write W capital, where, W capital, HERE, where and how, H capital OW. So when, where and how is going to be the name of your lesson. Now in the date column, please write the date, that is 24th June, that is 24/6/20. That's going to be in the date column. Okay. Once you've written down the heading, please leave a line. Okay. Or draw a line on the next line. Not where you have written when, where and how. You will draw a line just below the name of the lesson. Alright. And then we are going to start with our first question. The first question, write in the margin. You're going to write A. I'm going to leave some time or pause the video if you have not done. Okay. Follow the instructions to write the name of the lesson clearly. I hope you all have written the name of the lesson by now. When, where and how. All the initial letters are going to be in capital. So W capital in when, where, W capital, WHERE, where, and how, HOW, how. When, where and how. This is the name of the lesson. In the margin you have to put the date. The margin is the column which has a red line next to it. Alright, so in the margin you're going to write 24/6/20. 24/6/20. Once you've written the date and the name of the lesson, take a ruler and a pencil and draw a line on the just above the name of on the line which is above the name of your lesson and below the name of the lesson. Alright, so please draw a line. Now next we have again a title. If you are taking time, please pause the video and write it along with me. So wherever I have gone faster or ahead, what should you do? You can pause the video and then write it. you also need to keep your textbooks open so that you can copy the questions from there, all right, and you can write down the answers as I am telling you. Now for the objectives, like the choose the correct option or the fill in the blanks, you do not need to write it this time in the notebook. That you can do it in the textbook itself. So choose the correct option and fill in the blank. The answers that I'm giving out now will be written in the textbook. Alright, where are you going to write the answers? You're going to write in the textbook. Alright, so are we ready? I hope you all have written the name of the lesson in the notebook and are all ready. Which notebook do you have to use? You have to use a 200 pages notebook. That is going to be your SSTCW. Alright, and let's start the choose the correct options. Now the first choose the correct option in the textbook is, please look into your textbooks. Where are you going to do this? You're going to do this in your textbook. Are you going to write it in your notebook today? No need to this time. Alright, so for this lesson we are not going to do the choose the objectives in the notebook. We are going to do this in the textbook. Now the first choose the correct option is, okay, the first statement, a historian is an expert who blank. Correct? What is the first choose the correct option? A historian is an expert who blank, and they have given you options which you can tick. Now in the blank you will write the answer, reconstructs our past. This is the first option in your textbook. There are 4 options in your textbook, and those options are reconstructs our past. The next one next to that is studies natural and physical sciences. Alright, the third one is studies the human bodies, and the fourth one is predicts the future. Now our answer is reconstructs our past. So how are we going to write the answer? In the blank itself you're going to write the answer, reconstructs our past. RECONSTRUCTS, reconstructs our past. What does the word reconstruct mean? It means it helps us to build, get all the clues and build it up again. So it is reconstructing the past. Alright, I hope you all have got this answer. Please stick it in the box, the first box that is there in the textbook. So you have got your correct answer. Alright, in case I am going fast, please pause the video and then complete the answer. Alright, now the second one, numismatics. How do we pronounce this word? Numismatics. Alright, so numismatics is the study of blank. Alright, in the textbook the question is as numismatics is the study of blank. Alright, so what are the options? The options in your textbook are coins, the second option is inscriptions, the third option is skeletons, and the fourth option is maps. Alright, so of these, which is our answer? Our answer is coins. I have already written down the answer on this slide. Please write the answer in your textbook neatly with a pencil. Please remember, are you going to use a pen in your textbook? No, correct? I have always told you all, you are not going to use pen in the textbook. You are going to use a pencil. So how are you going to write in the textbook? You're going to use a pencil to write the answers. So the second answer is numismatics is the study of coins. Alright. Now the third one, the Allahabad inscription is a eulogy to blank. Our options in the textbook are Samudragupta. The second option is Ram Gupta. The third is Shri Gupta. And the fourth option is Chandragupta. Of these, our answer is the first option. Okay, so how are we going to write it in the blank? We are going to tick it in the box, the first box, and write the answer. The Allahabad inscription is a eulogy to Samudragupta. So your answer is Samudragupta. What are you supposed to write in the textbook? You're supposed to write Samudragupta. 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 All right. So the Allahabad inscription is a eulogy to Samudragupta. Now what does eulogy mean? Eulogy means a poem or a dedication that is written for a person who has already passed away or somebody who has died. Alright, so if someone passes away, when someone passes away, we write a few lines about that person. So that person, that dedication that we write about that person is called as the eulogy. Alright, so the Allahabad inscription is a eulogy to Samudragupta. Alright, now let's go to the fourth one. Now, the two great epics of India are blank. Alright, your options are the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The second option is the Mahabharata and the Odyssey. The third option is the Gita and the Puranas. The fourth option is the Arthashastra and the Manimekalai. Alright, so these are your options. Of these, which is our correct answer? The correct answer I've put up on the slide. Please write it down with your pencil in your textbook. The two great epics of India are the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. So the Ramayana spelling is Ramayana, Ramayana, and the Mahabharata, Mahabharata, Mahabharata. Alright, so this is your answer. The fifth, choose the correct option. The statement is Megasthenes wrote the blank. Alright, and your options in the textbook are the Arthashastra, the Indica, the Jataka, and the Abhijana Shakuntalam. Correct? The Abhijana Shakuntalam. Correct? Alright, so the answer is Megasthenes wrote the Indica. So what is the correct answer? Please write in your textbook with a pencil, the Indica. Alright? Now take the time to write it neatly. Indika. Indica. Correct spellings. Please write the correct spellings in the textbook. Alright. Now after this comes we have the B part, B question. Alright. So what is there in that? Fill in the blanks. We are going to write the correct answer in the fill in the blanks. Alright. We have no options in this in the fill in the blanks. So we are going to write the correct answer. How are you going to write it? You're going to write it with a pencil. Now the first statement is the year of birth of Christ on the timeline is taken as blank. Your answer you're going to write like how I have written. So you're going to open inverted comma, single open inverted comma, year 1, Y-E-A-R, year, O-N-E 1. Okay, so year 1, close the inverted comma, single inverted comma, full stop. So what is your answer? Year 1. The year of birth of Christ on the timeline is taken as year 1. Alright. What is the next answer? So the next statement is the earliest blank mention the names of the kings and queens during whose reign they were issued. So what is the answer? I've already written on the screen. The answer is coins. C-O-I-N-S. So in the earlier days, the coins had the names of the kings and the queens or the gods and the goddesses written on the coins. It was embedded on the coins. Alright, so it tells us. What does the word mention mean? It means it tells us. Alright, and whose reign, during whose reign they were issued. The reign word means, here the word reign means to rule. Okay, the rule of which king and queen, the years of which, in which the king and the queen were ruling those particular times. So that is the answer. So what is your answer? Coins. C-O-I-N-S. Coins. I hope you all have written this. Now the third one. The third answer is religious literature. The first blank, your answer is religious literature. R-E-L-I-G-I-O-U-S. Religious literature. L-I-T-E-R-A-T-U-R-E. Literature. So religious literature means what? Books that were written in a particular religion. Okay. Religious literature, secular literature, stories or poems which are not about gods. So such writings are known as secular literature. So what are your answers? Religious literature, first blank. Second blank, secular literature, comma, and foreign accounts. All right. So what are your first blank? What is the first blank in the third number? Third fill in the blank. Religious literature, secular literature, and foreign accounts are the three types of literary sources. So what is your answer? Religious literature, secular literature, and foreign accounts are three types of literary sources. Full stop. Alright. Now the fourth one. Your answer is Kautilya. Alright. What is the answer? Kautilya. How do you spell it? K-A-U-T-I-L-Y-A. Kautilya. Okay, what's the spelling? K-A-U-T-I-L-Y-A. Kautilya wrote the Arthashastra. Alright, Kautilya wrote the Arthashastra. Next one, the answer is Far-seen. How do we spell that? F-A capital F, because these are all names. So please put all the names in capital letters. Alright, start the names in capital letters. F-A hyphen capital H S-I-E-N. Far-seen. Alright, Far-seen. And Heuen sang. So how are we going to write the spelling? H capital I-U-E-N. Heuen sang. T-S-A-N-G. Sang. So Far-seen and Heuen sang were two Chinese travelers who visited India and left their accounts. So these are foreign writers who came from abroad and wrote about their experience in India. Alright. So Far-seen and Heuen sang were two Chinese travelers who visited India and left their accounts. Now this brings to an end the objectives. So now I want you to write in the notebook. In your CW, you are going to use your pen. How are you going to write it? You're going to use your pen and start writing. Alright. So what are you going to write in the margin? You're going to write Roman number 1. What are you going to write in the margin? Roman number 1. Alright. And and you're going to write, answer these questions very briefly. Answer these questions very briefly. Now you're going to refer to your textbook because you have your questions in the textbook on page number 7 of your textbook. Okay, History chapter 1, page number 7 of your textbook. So let's start writing the first question. Alright, you've written, I hope, answer these questions very briefly. After writing this, you are going to leave one line. What are you going to do? After writing Roman number 1, answer these questions very briefly, leave one line, and then write question number 1. Which year is regarded as year 1? Copy the textbook question from the textbook. What are you going to write? Which year is regarded as year 1? What does it mean? It means that which year is considered as year 1. Alright. We have already studied about this. So you are going to write which year is regarded as year 1. Answer, the year of birth. The year of birth of Christ. C capital. Why? Because it's a name. Alright. The year of birth of Christ. C capital H-R-I-S-T. The year of birth of Christ. C capital H-R-I-S-T. Christ is regarded as year 1. Is regarded as year 1. Alright. I'll just repeat the answer one more time. The year of birth of Christ, C-H-R-I-S-T, is regarded as year 1. When you write year 1, please write, don't forget to write a single inverted comma. Write year 1 in single inverted commas. Okay. Now the next question. What is the full form of CE? Now if you have not finished writing the answer, what should you do? You should pause the video and replay it. You start playing the video once you have finished writing. All right, so please do that. Okay. So you have written the first question, I'm hoping. So second question, you can refer to your textbook. The question is, what is the full form of CE? Question mark. All right. So in the margin, write number 2. What is the full form of CE? CE has to be written in capital letters. All right. What? W should be capital because it is the beginning of this question. So what? W is capital. Is the full form of CE. CE has to be written in capitals. Let's write the answer. Those who have not finished, or if I'm going too fast, please pause the video so that you can write the answer. Alright, the full form of CE, CE in capitals. The full form of CE is common error. Common error is to be written in single inverted commas. Alright, is common error. Open single inverted comma. Common, C-O-M-M-O-N. Here the C has to be in capitals. Common error. E-R-A. E capital. Common error. Full stop. Close inverted commas. Now you'll ask why CE is written in capital letters. It is written, common error is written in capital letters because it is the name of the period. Alright, so that is why it is known as common error, and that is why it is going to be in capital letters. Alright. Now let's write the third question. Name any 2 archaeological sources of information. Now in this lesson we had studied about sources of information, and we had learned how history gets information from different buildings, monuments and other structures that are there around, old structures. And these old structures were known as archaeological sources. Alright. So we are going to write 2 sources of archaeology. Alright. So what is the question? Name any 2 archaeological sources of information. Alright. Let's write the answer. 2 archaeological. Please copy the correct spelling from the notebook. I'm telling you the spelling now. A-R-C-H-A-E-O-L-O-G-I-C-A-L. Archaeological. I'll repeat. A-R-C-H-A-E-O-L-O-G-I-C-A-L. Archaeological. Sources. S-O-U-R-C-E-S. 2 archaeological sources of information are I-N-F-O-R-M-A-T-I-O-N. Information are coins and artifacts. Are coins and artifacts. Let me tell you the coin spelling. C-O-I-N-S. Coins. C-O-I-N-S. Coins and artifacts. A-R-T-E-F-A-C-T-S. Artifacts. So what is the answer? Please read your answer if you've written it. Check the spellings. 2 archaeological sources of information are coins and artifacts. Alright. Now let's write question number 4 from the textbook. Those who have not finished, or if I am going too fast for you, please, what should you do? Pause the video, finish writing the answer and then play the video so that you can write it and hear me again talking about it. Alright. So that is the only way I think we will be able to finish our answers. Okay. So let's write the 4th question. Okay. What kind of a source are rock cut caves? What kind of a source are rock cut caves? I'm sure you must have seen rock cut caves around us, alright? You must have seen some old temples which are cut into the rock, correct? So now, according to history, what kind of a source is it? Alright, so let's find out the answer. I hope you all have written the question. What kind of a source are rock cut caves? The answer, please write on the next line. In the margin, write answer ANS, alright? And start writing the answer. Every time we start writing the answer, please start with a capital letter. Okay. So R capital OCK. Rock cut caves. Rock cut caves. R has to be capital. Rock cut caves are an example of example spelling EXAMPLE are an example of archaeological sources of information. Archaeological source of information. Spelling of archaeological ARCHAEOLOGICAL. Archaeological. You all know how I've told you all to learn the spellings, correct? You all will break the words and start learning the spellings. So R A R K will be CHAE. Alright? So archaeological. So OLOGICAL. Archaeological source of information. 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 Full stop. So that is the end of the fourth answer. Let me just read the answer out again. Please check if you've written the correct spellings and the correct words. Refer the video. Answer. Rock cut caves are an example of archaeological source of information. Alright, full stop. R has to be capital because it is the beginning of the sentence. And every sentence begins with a capital letter. Okay. Number 5. Name 2 Buddhist pilgrims who left behind travel accounts. Full stop. Name 2 Buddhist, B capital, BUDDHIST. Name 2 Buddhist pilgrims who left behind travel accounts. Full stop. Okay. I hope you all are writing down the question. Just a little bit of information that I want to tell you is, now who are these Buddhist pilgrims? Buddhists are people who follow the Lord Buddha. So followers of Lord Buddha are known as Buddhist. How will we spell it? We will spell it with a capital B, UDDHIST. Buddhist pilgrims. Pilgrims are people who go on a religious travel, to travel on for religious purposes. Alright. So these are Buddhist pilgrims who came to India and who wrote about their experiences in India. Let's write the answer. I hope you all have finished writing the question. I'll just say the question one more time. Name 2 Buddhist pilgrims who left behind travel accounts. Answer. 2 Buddhist pilgrims. 2 Buddhist pilgrims who left behind travel accounts. Who left behind travel accounts are Fa-Sien and Huan Sang. Are Fa-Sien. How are we going to write the spelling? F capital A hyphen HSIEN. Fa-Sien and Huan Sang. HIUEN. Huan Sang. T capital SANG. Huan Sang. Full stop. Alright, let me repeat the answer. 2 Buddhist pilgrims who left behind travel accounts are Fa-Sien and Huan Sang. Full stop. Now we're going to start writing answer these questions briefly, which is the D question in the textbook on page number 8. So turn the page, copy the questions. Alright, now this is again a heading, so you're going to leave one line after the answer and you're going to write D in the margin. Sorry, not D, you're going to write Roman number 2, because we had written answer these questions very briefly and all, right. Accordingly, you will put number 2 or 3, whichever is convenient. Answer these questions briefly. That is going to be your title. Okay, so A capital. Answer these questions briefly. B-R-I-E-F-L-Y. Please copy the correct spellings from the textbook. Answer these questions briefly. Now leave one line and write the question from the textbook. We have read in the chapter. We have read. W has to be capital for we because it is the beginning of the question. We have read in the chapter that history creates an awareness, that history creates an awareness of how the past affected our present, of how the past affected our present. How do you think our past can affect our present? Now there's a spelling error in the slide. I've written 2 O's for do. So you know what the correct spelling is. So how do you do that? How do, H-O-W, how D-O, do you think our past can affect our present? Please copy the question from the textbook correctly without spelling mistakes. Let me repeat the question again. We have read in the chapter that history creates an awareness of how the past affected our present. Full stop. How do you think our past can affect our present? Question mark. Let's write the answer. On the next line in the margin, please write A-N-S-A capital. Answer. Full stop. Now start writing the answer. In history, we study, in history, we study how societies and cultures evolved over the past, evolved over the past, E-V-O-L-V-E-D, evolved over the past, full stop. I'll repeat the sentence. In history, we study how societies and cultures evolved over the past. Full stop. It helps us to understand. It helps us to understand. U-N-D-E-R-S-T-A-N-D. It helps us to understand change, C-H-A-N-G-E, C-H-A-N-G-E, change, and about the society, and about the society we live in, full stop, we live in, full stop. I'm going to repeat the sentence. Please check you have written it correctly. It helps us to understand the reason behind, it helps us to understand change and about the society we live in, full stop. Now this, if I'm going too fast for you, please pause the video and write the answer slowly, carefully, correctly with the correct spellings. Alright. Now let's write the next point. It helps us to understand the reason behind customs and practices, C-U-S-T-O-M-S, customs and practices followed in present times, followed in present times, customs and practices followed in present times, full stop. We're going to write one more answer and then we're going to stop for today. Alright. This is again a very easy question. Alright. On what basis, copy the second question from the textbook. On what basis do we date historical events? On what basis do we date historical events? Now what does this question mean? It means that how do we write the years in the, according to what, on what basis do we decide which year comes first and which comes later. All right, so let's write the answer. On the next line in the margin, write answer ANS full stop. Start writing the answer. Historical events are HISTORICAL. Historical events are dated on dated on dated on whether WHETHER, on whether they occurred before, they occurred OCCURED, they occurred before BEFORE, before, or after the beginning, or after the beginning of the birth of Jesus Christ, of Jesus, J capital, JESUS, Jesus Christ, C capital, HRIST, of Jesus Christ, full stop. So the year of birth, S capital, so comma, the year of birth, the year of birth of Jesus Christ, J capital, ESUS, Jesus Christ, C capital, HRIST, of Jesus Christ, was assigned as ASSIGNED, was assigned as year 1, YEAR, year 1, ONE, 1, full stop. You have to put this in inverted commas. Put year 1 in inverted commas, single inverted commas. Let's continue the answer. Those who are not able to keep up, please pause the video, or you can pause the video and go back, listen to what I have said or written on the screen, and start writing the answer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with the answer. The years before year 1, the years, YEARS, the years before, BEFORE, before year 1, the years before year 1 are known as KNOWN, known, it's one word, KNOWN, known as, B capital, before Christ, BEFORE, before, B capital, BEFORE, before Christ, C capital, CHRIST, Christ, before Christ, or BC, B capital, C capital, BC, both B and C capital. I'm repeating. The years before year 1 are known as before Christ or BC, and the years after year 1 and the years after year 1 are known as Anno Domini, Anno Domini, ANNO, Anno Domini, D capital, DOMINI, Domini, are known as Anno Domini, A capital, Anno Domini, 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 D capital, or capital AD, or capital AD full stop. Let me repeat the sentence. The years before year 1 are known as before Christ or BC, and the years after year 1 are known as Anno Domini or AD full stop. Continue. In recent years, I capital. In recent years, capital I. In recent years, comma, the terms BC and AD, the terms BC and AD are replaced by REPLACED, are replaced by before common era, before common era, BEFORE, before common, COMMON, common era, era, in brackets BCE, capitals, BCE, capital, before common era and common era, and common era, COMMON, common era, E capital ERA, common era, in brackets CE, both in capital letters. I'm going to repeat that last sentence. In recent years, comma, the terms BC and AD are replaced by before common era, BCE in brackets, and common era, CE in brackets, full stop. Alright, this is the end of our second answer. I'm going to stop here. Today what have we done? We have written we have done the objectives of lesson number 1 of history, chapter 1, when, where and how. I want you to do these the objectives we did in the textbook, and we started with question answers. We've written answer in very briefly, and we have written them in the notebook, which is of 200 pages. This is your CW for SST. You have to write the name of the lesson and the index with today's date, that is 24 June 20. Alright, and then you will do all this. Please draw lines after every answer like I have taught you last year. Alright, after this answer, please also draw a line and be ready with the next question. We will complete it in the next video. Alright, so I'm going to stop here today. Please go back through the video wherever you have missed it out. Pause, write the answer and complete it. This much work should be complete by the next period. Alright, so have a nice day. Thank you.